When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition is the way.
What up, YouTube? I'm your co-host, Kwame Remesu. Man, we're getting into this Bible, man. We are on chapter 7, the flood. But this is what I'm going to do for the people that just now joining our channel, that's just now seeing this. I'm going to catch you up on chapter 6. So I'm going to do something a little different today. Now, I've been reading the Bible from Genesis chapter 1 to chapter 6 so far. If you're not an atheist yet, I don't know what to tell you, because it seems like to me that y'all just want to believe what you want to believe. You know what I'm saying? So let's go on and get started. Let's go on and get active, my people. Okay. So let's do some recap. Let me do some recap before we get started. So we already witnessed a God in Genesis chapter 1 that does not have a meat suit, but he can create. He's not physical, but he can create shit in the physical realm. And he made a tree of knowledge that he did not want to touch and put it right in the middle of the garden, knowing that somebody was going to touch it and eat from it. He also created a snake that was going to tell them the truth. And if you don't believe me, read Genesis chapter 3. And then we had the first 48 in Genesis chapter 4 and 5. You know, Cain got shot by, YG. You know, so it's a gang beef. You know, Cain is a Crip. And YG's a blood, so YG was there. I guess Cain was at Chocolate City in Atlanta, and he's talking about, I killed that nigga. So now we are on Genesis chapter 7, but this is what I'm going to do differently to catch everybody up, because this is a very, very important aspect of the Bible, the flood. The flood story is a plagiarized version of the ancient Egyptian all the way to the Asher's flood story, you know what I'm saying, in Persia and all this other shit. There's several local flood stories. So I just want to give you Christians or people that don't know fully about the Bible when it comes to the flood story. This is the determining factor on how God murdered everybody. Spoilers. God murdered everybody. That nigga's a straight gangster, man. So, and he recreated humanity and could not avoid incest. So let me catch y'all up, and I'm going to start with Genesis chapter 6, verse 5, because this is really the meat of the story, right? Leading up to the flood. So let's go on and get into it. Let me take a drink. Y'all. Y'all from Texas said don't mess with Texas. Anyways, let's go. When the Lord saw how great the wickedness of the humans have begun upon the earth, even though he knew that was going to happen ahead of time, and how every desire that of their heart conceived was always nothing but evil. He already knew that shit too. The Lord regretted. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that the Lord regret? But I thought God made everything perfect. How does God gonna say I'll regret some shit, but I made everything perfect? Y'all better look up. Y'all better listen. He said he regret making humans on earth, and his heart was grieved. Okay, an all-powerful, all-knowing God should not have a regretful and grieving heart. If a God can feel human emotions, what does that tell you, Christians? The Bible was created by humans. The Bible was created by humans with human emotions. But your God is supposed to be all-powerful, all-knowing, omniscient, omnipresent, blah, blah, blah. You mean to tell me this nigga felt sorry and then he felt tired after 6 days of creating the earth or creating the universe? Come on, this is all human emotion. Let's keep reading. Anyway, so God said, I'm sorry that the condom busted. and y'all became wicked. So the Lord said, I will wipe from the earth the human beings I have created. So that's like a father saying, I'm gonna kill my kids. Like this is like me saying, I'm gonna go in the living room and kill my two kids that I created. I regret creating them because they can't get along playing the Xbox and shit. So I'm gonna have to kill them two little niggas in there. That's what this God is saying. You know what I'm saying? I love my kid. I ain't gonna do that bullshit. But we're talking about your God. And not only the human beings, but also the animals. Okay, guys, so what the fuck did the animals do to you, nigga? What did the animals do to you? Look, let me tell y'all something. Y'all want to know how fish mate? Look up how do fish mate. Fish do not even touch each other when they're mating. If God is talking about some goddamn booty call that him and his sons watched in the book of Job, spoilers, come on, man. God, you could have gave the fish a penis or something. You know what I'm saying? You ain't get that fish a penis. Like, how the fuck you gonna kill a fish? And then like I said, you killing the animals. What the fuck did the animals do? What the goddamn cat do besides getting your garbage, God? What the fuck? Raccoons. I know they're a nuisance. Wood rats, roaches, they're a nuisance. Yes, I understand, but you create them motherfucking that. Termites. Just something for you to think about too. Termites. Let's keep reading. Not only the animals, but the crawling things and the birds from the air. How the fuck you gonna kill a bird out of the air? Unless you got a pellet gun or something, God. You got a pellet gun, that's the only way you're gonna kill them damn birds, because you made them to fly. And they great swimmers. For I regret I made them. God damn. Let me take another drink on this shit. God said he regrets creating humankind, and he said he regret making birds. How are y'all still Christians after me reading that to you? God said, I'm sorry that the condom bust. I didn't have me an NFL career because I made you niggas. You know what I'm saying? I met this bitch at that one party at Baylor. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the condom busted. And I made all you niggas. But now I regret it because, you know, I could have a $42 million football contract. So I got to kill everybody. Y'all see how that shit sound? Y'all fucking see how that shit sound, people. Come on, Christians. Think. Let's keep reading. But Noah, this old ass, drunk ass, flasher ass nigga, God found favor with. I guess Noah was walking up and down the streets of Atlanta, opening his goddamn trench coat, flashing everybody. And God said, yeah, I like that nigga. That's a funny ass nigga. You know, hey, Jesus. Oh, hey, I'm going to keep that nigga around. That nigga funny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know. These are the descendants of Noah. Noah was righteous, even though he opened up his goddamn trench coat, sold his little damn dick off. He still was righteous before the Lord. Noah walked with God. I don't know how he did that shit, because I thought God walked was a voice. According to Genesis chapter 1, chapter 3, Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay, so let's talk about Shem, what's that nigga name? Oh, Shem. Okay, so these are Shem is the guy that these nigger brews Cellulites, aka Hebrews, Hebrew Israelites claim they come from. But, spoiler alert, God didn't curse Shem. So how the fuck you come from a cursed people when God did not curse the people that you say you come from? I'm just saying. Let's keep reading. But the earth was corrupt, even though God knew it was going to be corrupted because he's all-knowing, in the view of God and full of lawlessness. Goddamn, God. Did you know that shit? Nigga, you act like you didn't know it. Okay, this is like the equivalence to a playwright. This is like somebody writing a play and getting surprised that his damn actors and actresses did what he wrote out to be. God is acting surprised, and he already knew this shit. So God cannot be all knowing if he's doing this bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Come on, people, think. Shit. The earth was corrupt in the view of God and full of lawlessness. When God saw how corrupt the earth had become, even though I know my sons was gonna fuck some bitches after, I told them not to leave the house. They had to be, they couldn't go to their goddamn kid and play party, but they ended up fucking some bitches. Since all morals had corrupted their ways, excuse me. Since all mortals had corrupted their ways, this sounds like some Mortal Kombat shit. On the earth, God said to Noah, "Hey, you know what? I think you need to create a boat. I'm gonna kill every motherfucker on this goddamn earth. You know what, Noah? I'm tired of everybody. But you know what? When I fucked your mama, nigga, the condom didn't bust. I pulled the condom out and turned it backwards and put it in her pussy, and she birthed you. So Noah, I seen favor in you. So I see that the end of all morals has come. For the earth is full of lawlessness because of them. So I am going to destroy them with the earth." Now, God said that he's going to destroy man with the earth. I need some help with that shit, because, nigga, God, you said you're going to destroy man. This is Genesis chapter 6, verse 11. You said, so I'm going to destroy them with the earth. This is your Bible, Christian. He said going to destroy man with the earth. And y'all believe that this earth was made by God. So if he destroyed the earth, there should be evidence of that shit. Why is there no evidence of God destroying the earth and we on a new earth? Like, is this earth 2.0 or something? What the fuck, God? This God is basically on opioids and meth, alcohol. They good ass Kush. Let's keep reading. I'm gonna stop. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Now, we know that gopher wood has the buoyancy of styrofoam. Gopher wood cannot hold a human being. Look up the buoyancy of gopher wood and look up the buoyancy of styrofoam. They have the same buoyancy. Okay? So you mean to tell me, let's keep reading before I get into that shit, the scientific shit. Y'all just know that the ark was made with gopher wood. Keep that in mind. The ark was made with gopher wood. Let's keep reading. Equip the ark with various compartments. Cover it inside without a pitch. A pitch of what? Pitch of Kool-Aid, nigga? What the fuck? This is how you shall build it. The length of the ark would be 300 cubits, which is 250 feet. No, actually, no, excuse me. No, 300 cubics. The length will be 450 feet. Excuse me. Its width would be 50 cubits, which is 92 feet across. And its height, 50 cubits will be 82 feet. And the height, which is 30 cubits. Wait a minute, hold on. God, you got some fucked up ass math. Okay, so I'm assuming that the 50 cubics will be 92 feet across and the 30 cubics will be 82 feet. Because every cubic is 22.5 feet. If I'm doing my math correctly. Okay, we're going to keep reading. Make an opening. Let me say, make an opening. Daylight and finish the ark at the cubic above it. He's at a cubic. So you got a 22-foot window coming out the fucking top of the ark. It's not like a submarine to me. That's what I'm getting from the shit. It's still like a motherfucking submarine. So it said, put the ark entrance on its side. You will make it with bottom, second and third decks, I on my part, I am about to bring the flood waters on the earth mixed with pee. So Noah, if you taste any pee or you see some turds, that's me taking a piss and a shit on the earth. Okay, Noah. So don't drink the water, and damn sure don't eat from it, because my shit, especially when I ate at Chipotle last night, Noah. So just be careful. Okay. Filter your water with the sunlight in 44 days. All right. Okay, Noah. So Noah's like, all right, God. All right, man. So what am I supposed to drink? Can I get a drink of water? Well, we'll see about that. So to destroy all creatures, then nigga God tripping. Destroy all creatures under the sky, which is the firmament, which there is the breath of life. Everything on the earth shall perish. Mm. This nigga said everything shall perish. My thing is, if everything shall perish, you got two of everything on the boat. It's no bigger than a football field. It's no bigger than an aircraft carrier. And you mean to tell me that this God said everything will fucking perish? They will perish on the boat too, God. What about the food? What about the aardvarks? And also, you have to wait on a fucking sloth that moves 0.24 feet per hour. So, nigga, how long did you have to wait for two sloths to come from Australia to your fucking boat? It was, like I said, they didn't take an Uber. There were no Ubers around for them sloths to say, hey, you know what? I need to go to Mesopotamia, get on this fucking boat in the Persian Gulf, and go chill with this nigga named Noah. Nope, not happening. So everything shall perish. I will establish my covenant with you, even though, um, yeah, the condom busted, but I just basically reversed the condom flow into your mom. So you a child that I want to keep. You know, my thing is, why did God choose a dude named Noah, an old ass 600-year-old man? So you mean to tell me they didn't say Noah was married? They didn't say he did everything right, but God chose this motherfucker to be righteous. This nigga, well, I ain't gonna get into the spoiler. We ain't gonna do no spoilers today, but we will get into what I'm talking about. Let's keep reading. You shall go into the ark, you and your sons, which you and your son, your wife, and your son's wife with you. All living creatures you shall bring to the every, excuse me, you shall bring two of every kind into the ark, one male and one female. So that's two of everything. This God is saying bring two birds, two elephants, two giraffes, two hippopotamus, two polar bears, two penguins that's coming from Antarctica, polar bears coming from North Pole. Nigga, what the fuck? Sorry about the yawning, y'all. So let's do this. So every kind of every bird, every kind of every animal, and every kind of everything that crawls on the ground, two of each will come to you. You may keep them alive. So God, so my question to God is, if humans were wicked, why you just couldn't give their asses magic heart attacks or something? You had to kill everything. What like I said before, what did the cats do to you? What did a fucking child do to you? A baby. Christians, if y'all are watching this, this is how fucking messed up your God is. He's a fucking lunatic, okay? But y'all still want to worship this thing. Okay, let's keep reading. Of every kind of bird, of every kind of thing, an animal, for every kind of thing that crawls, roaches, termites, worms, bed bugs, all that shit. Gotta go on the fucking ark. Bed bugs. God said 2 bed bugs gotta stay alive. Now, I wouldn't mind killing bed bugs. I ain't never had none, but I've been over a house where a motherfucker did, in Oak Cliff, but I ain't gonna speak on that nigga. Anyways, moreover, you shall provide yourself with all the food that is to be eaten and store it away that it may serve as a provision for you and for them. Wait a minute, God, so you mean to tell me that you had a water burger on the ark? Because, nigga, okay, humans eat bacon, humans eat swine, humans eat all that shit. But the animals, like, let's say, for instance, a lion eats 2,300 pounds of food a week. So where you gonna get the meat from? So you mean to tell me 2 lions on an ark with some goddamn kangaroos, some hippopotamus, some buffaloes, some wildebeest. You mean to tell me they ain't gonna eat those buffaloes? So Noah, it took longer than 100 years for you to create this boat and create all the provisions. I mean, Noah, there was no meat market around. There was no fucking Save-A-Lot food around for you to get this food, nigga. Nigga, unless God had a Super One or a Brookshire's or a fucking Walmart for you to get food from, nigga, I don't know how you did it. God telling you to do all this shit, but damn, he don't have the power to say, here go all the food. Here go all the food. And like I said, not mention the termites, they creeping crawlings. The boat is made of gopher wood. Okay? Nigga, what you do with the termites, Noah? The fuck? What the fuck you do with the goddamn termites? That's my main thing, like, nigga, you on a boat for 40 days and 40 nights, and you mean to tell me that the termites did not eat your boat? How did you provide food for them? What about the wood ants? You had to get the wood ants, you had to get everything, spiders, you had to get all these motherfucking 2 of every species on this one fucking boat that's no bigger than a football field. Oh, God. What the fuck?
And don't forget the dust mite.
The dust mite, yeah, nigga. Noah, did you have a pillow, nigga? Because dust mites, I know, nigga, you had a broom on there and the dust mites. And what eats dust mites? The dust mites eat the cotton, so it eats your clothes. They ain't have no washateur. You know what I'm saying? They ain't have a corn wash on there, so I know you was stinking as fuck. Y'all ain't have no toilet. If y'all did have a toilet, I mean, the flies wouldn't mind eating your shit. I mean, it's a lot to think about with this goddamn floods, but God did not plan this shit out perfectly. He want to kill everybody else except for 8 people, but 2 of every animal on this fucking boat. But Christians still believe this shit is true. Let's keep it going. Moreover, you shall provide yourself with all the food that is to be eaten and stored away. And what, nigga? You ain't got no deep freezer, you ain't got no Samsung ice box or nothing. So I don't know where you're gonna store the fucking food at. That shit would have spoiled within 3 days. But anyway, Kweli.
Yo.
This nigga guy said, store your food away. Like, nigga, in what? Like, in what, nigga? Where am I storing this shit in? Nigga, I ain't got no Ziploc bags, nigga. I ain't got no sandwich bags, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? Shit.
So my thing is, he say store your food away, but what he don't say is, where's he gonna save all the plant species? Cause you flood the earth.
That part.
You gonna kill all the land plants too, ain't you?
Yeah, nigga, you gotta have lettuce. You gotta have some tomatoes for them good ass sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Some pickles, some mustard. Nigga, come on, man. Nigga gonna have a brontosaurus burger so every now and then. So you mean to tell me God did not say, nigga, hey, here go all the sandwich bags, here go all the food storage bags, here go a deep freezer, here go a damn ice box. And you ain't, I don't know. It must have been some new shit, but let's keep reading. moreover, you should provide yourself with all the food that is to be eaten and stored away, that may serve in provision for you and for them. Noah, hey, Noah complied and said he did just as God commanded. But then that nigga, Noah, you know what? Noah did not think to go to Rent-A-Center and get him a damn icebox or a deep freezer. Noah, there was a Rent-A-Center around the corner, nigga, on 51st Street in Atlanta, nigga. They always give you the low down payment. Nigga, you had $45. You had your a Samsung icebox and a deep freezer, nigga, for $45 down, nigga. You ain't tell me you ignored God, and you know God said, nigga, just get on the boat with all this shit. Anyway, chapter 7. Okay, so this is the thing. I read chapter 6 just to catch everybody up on what's going on in the story. Okay, so this Bible is basically like a damn novel. It's a novel to me. It's a fictional novel. But we're going to keep reading. I'm not going to hold y'all up with my rants and raves and stuff like that. I'm basically going to throw that shit in every now and then. Hold on one second. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay, cool. 1 second. Catch everybody up on what's going on in the story. Okay, so this Bible is basically like a damn novel. It's a novel to me. It's a fictional novel. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. I'm back. So chapter 7. The Lord said to Noah, I said Nova. Nova. The Lord said to Noah, go into the ark, you and your household, for you alone in the generation I have founded to be righteous before me. So you mean to tell me your sons didn't fuck one of Noah's wives and shit? You mean to tell me one of your sons from heaven didn't say, hey, you know what, hey, yeah, you know what, old lady? Hey, come back in this alley, man, on 23rd, man, by Tuckers and shit, so we can fuck real quick. I bet one of your bitches fucked one of God's sons. I bet he did. I bet she did. That's on the real. God said, I found no one to be righteous before me. For every clear, I don't know how the animals then be found righteous, but I don't know. God was tripping. He didn't say, hey, there's one iguana that found to be righteous. I can make a pet out of this nigga. Or there's one hamster I can put in there's one hamster at Walmart that I can find righteous and put in my house. God didn't say, oh, there's one baby that I found righteous. What about the little kid? This is another thing. What about the little kids? God created all these people knowing that they might become wicked. And God said, I'm going to abort everybody. I'm going to abort every baby. I'm going to abort the old people. Anybody that didn't do shit to me or disobey my laws, I'm going to kill their ass. Mm-hmm. God is straight up gangster. He couldn't find one baby, one hamster, one cat, and one dog, one spider. You know what I'm saying? Besides the Black Widow, fuck that Black Widow spider. Kill that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about Black Widow spiders. And the brown recluse in the South, bro. Okay. But you see, we still got those type of spiders around. But God couldn't find nobody righteous. He just said, I'm going to just murk everybody, man. Fuck it. Okay, let's keep reading. All animals take with you 7 pairs. So now it's 7 pairs? What the fuck? God said, okay, so earlier he said 2 pairs. Now the nigga saying, oh, well, shit, you know, Pilgrim Pride and Tyson might go out. So I think we might need to get 7 pairs. Because I don't know how long Pilgrim Pride foods and Tyson food and Sanderson Farm foods. Hey, what's another plant that process food? You got, what about Morning Starter Milk? Well, God, come on, man, you ain't thinking, bro. And God ain't thinking. So he says 7 pairs, a male, its mate, an unclean animal, which supposed to be a pig, I guess. Ain't that supposed to be the pig, Kweli? The unclean animals supposed to be a pig. It said 1 pair of male and its mate likewise.
I think so.
Every bird. Yeah. He said every bird of the air. Look, birds ain't worried about you, God. A goddamn bird, a falcon, a goddamn sparrow, a pigeon ain't even worried about you, nigga. First of all, God made birds to swim too. Nigga, I go to the lake. Me and my kids go to the lake all the fucking time. A damn bird can sleep on top of water.
Bro, I was
So
about to
how
say,
the fuck you gonna kill a bird?
it's some birds that can fly for like 3 months at a time.
Yeah,
So the
and
flood
so on the
don't
earth,
really
sleep in
affect
the
them.
earth.
So
This
them birds,
guy, man,
them birds like, them birds like, it was a flood. I didn't even notice.
I ain't knowing, nigga. I just thought it just rained for a long time, period of time, nigga. I'm gonna sit on this fig tree real quick. But this ain't this is the thing, man. Before I get to continue reading, bro, Mount Everest is 3,280 feet. Spoiler alert. Let's keep reading, man. Cause look, I don't even want to spoil it right now, but I want the people that are Christians that came to the channel. I just want them to really grasp what I'm saying and grasp what the Bible is saying. Mind you, Christians, the Mount Everest is 3,280 feet. Okay, birds fly about that height. Okay, but y'all finna see why I brought up Mount Everest. Let's keep reading. He said, likewise, every bird of the air and 7 pairs of a male and female to keep them alive over all the earth for 7 days. What did he say? What? For 7 days from now, I will bring rain down on the earth after I take this goddamn laxative, you know what I'm saying, and this bladder medication. And 40 days and 40 nights, I will wipe from the face of the earth every being that I have made. Because I'm pissed off and I'm in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would listen to me. My sons fucked every girl on there because I couldn't get the bitch because I didn't have enough money. I didn't show it to the V-Live concert, you know. But Noah complied and just as the Lord had commanded because he was in his goddamn feelings. The great flood, verse 6, chapter 7, verse 6. Noah was 600 years old. Wait a minute, God. Let me close the Bible on it. You mean to tell me this nigga was 600 years old when everything was completed? So Noah done got all the devices in there. He got the Samsung washer and dryer in there, along with the deep freezer, the Samsung ice box, the cooler, all the meat for the hippopotamus. Well, they eat. They actually, did you know hippopotamus eat 2,300 pounds of plants a day? But then you got to keep the plant life alive. How the fuck does that work? So God wants you to keep plants alive, but a hippopotamus eats 2,300 plants a day, 2,300 pounds of plants a day. But then you want to keep the hippopotamus alive, but then you got wildebeest that eats plants, but you got lions and tigers and bears that eat wildebeest. Okay. We're going to find out why God has made this fucking idiotic rule about eating. So let's keep reading. Noah was 600 years old when the flood came upon the earth. Together with his sons and his wife, his sons and his son's wife, Noah went into the ark because the waters of the flood. So when we're looking at gopher wood is a real thing. That's one thing I can't say about the Bible. They did look up gopher wood. Gopher wood has the buoyancy of styrofoam. Okay? Put gopher wood and styrofoam in the same water. Guess what would sink first? The gopher wood. Gopher wood has no buoyancy at all. But God said, hey, you know what? We're gonna use some damn gopher wood. I'm tired of them niggas making dams over there and shit like that, clogging up the water supply. That's God for you. So together with his sons and his wives, his sons' wives, and Noah went into the ark because the waters of the flood of the clean animals and the unclean animals, the birds, which they didn't need to be in the ark, they didn't give a fuck, unless they were talking about chickens, roosters and shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have Thanksgiving dinner. Ostriches, penguins. So Noah, how old was you when God first said this shit, and now you're 600 years old. So I guess you have to wait on the sloths and the penguins, and the kangaroos come from Australia, North Pole, South Pole, for, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Together with his sons and his sons' wives, Noah went into the ark because of the water, flood water. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. Of all the clean animals and unclean animals, of the birds and everything that crawled on the ground, roaches and rats, ants, carpenter ants, aardvarks, skunks. What are some other animals? So many of them motherfuckers. Spiders, black widow spiders, termites, all this shit into the ark, just as God had commanded him. And when the 7 days were over, the waters of the flood came upon the earth. God really had to pee, because God was at V-Live the other night drinking liquor, Cavassier, Remy Ma, Hennessy, and other alcoholic beverages that made God bladder swell like a fucking grapefruit, and he had to really pee. And when God peed, he peed upon the earth, and it flooded the earth. I'm being silly. I mean, that had to happen, bro. I'm telling you, man, God had to really pee for it to rain this motherfucking much. The 600-year-old Noah, which I don't see how this nigga made it past the nursing home, life, in the second month of the 17th day of the month. So the second month would be what, February? January, February. Yeah, wouldn't it be February, Kweli? So this nigga said February 2nd.
It depends
February 17th.
when they wrote it.
Exactly.
See, when they wrote this, the calendar was way different. I think they only had like 10 months. And they just numbered them, you know what I'm saying? It was 1, 2, 3, like that. That's why the months we got now, like September through December,
October,
they still named after the numbers. Sept means 7, Oct, 8, Nov, 9, Dec is 10.
It's 10.
So they added on the 2 extra months in the beginning and then changed the names of some. That's what the Romans did when they was creating Christianity. But I digress, man. You go ahead. But yeah, man. So it was only 10 months back then. So the second month would have had to been like probably April back then. But it had a different name. It was just
because
the second
Taurus,
month.
because when they wrote the Bible around Moses was the time of Taurus. Because Taurus is actually first. If you look at the stellar calendar, Taurus is first. So that's why we're in the age of Aquarius.
For sure.
Exactly. So the 600-year-old Noah that just got released from Shady Oaks retirement home of the second month of the 17th day of the year. My bad, man. 17th day of the month of the day. All the fountains of the great abyss burst forth, and the floodgates. Okay, so Kweli, what the fuck would the floodgates? God did. So now they mentioning floodgates. Floodgates from where? Of the sky. Oh, okay, they opened up.
Yeah, because they thought they thought the sky was made of water.
So I guess, right. So I guess God flushed the toilet after shitting and pissing. You know what I'm saying? and say, you know what? All right, I shitted enough. I done pissed enough. God called over Geek Squad Plumbing to clog that damn turd out that he had, and all the piss and shit just flooded on the earth. You know what I'm saying? It killed everything except for the people that was in the ark. They made out of gopher wood that has the buoyancy of styrofoam. So, have you ever tried to float on styrofoam, man? You put styrofoam in the water, don't this shit sink really quick? Yeah.
You know, I learned that shit when I was a kid, when I was playing with little action figures in the bathtub, man. Because you think it'll float.
Yeah.
And that shit don't. You be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Hey, gopher wood. Hey, I guess gopher wood at McCoy's and Home Depot. Why do you think Home Depot and McCoy's don't sell gopher wood? Because that shit is not pliable. It's not good for even building shit with. So, anyways, 40 days and 40 nights.
But God can make it work because He's God. Go ahead, bro.
It's magic. Magic. A guy can make styrofoam be durable as fuck.
If anybody can do it, it's God.
Yeah, God can make. Hey,
Present
God
said
can make
God, and I
styrofoam
believe that
durable.
bullshit.
Exactly. That'll be on. I bet God. If God is real, I bet God is like, man, who the fuck wrote this shit? For real. If God has any sense, if God had any motherfuckers, he'd be like, man, who the fuck wrote these shit? I like these atheists down here. I like Kweli and Kwame, man. They actually tell them the truth. I ain't said none of this shit, but they say it's my word. Okay, I'm going to go
How the
see let
star
this Bible
Israel
get made fun of.
said, we don't got nobody in here because we idiots. But sir, if we idiots, all you gotta do is call in and educate us. But
Yeah, please. Hey, yeah, you know what? Hey, Star of Israel. Yeah, call in. I'm gonna stop the Bible right now. We got one more chapter to go, chapter 8. So if I'm an idiot, please call in. Show me where I'm idiotic at. Okay? Because I'm reading
don't just
your
hide in the
comic book.
chat like a bitch. Fuck
I
boy.
don't see nobody yet. Yeah, come on, call in. Call in right now. The number's on the screen, bro. If you want me to stop making fun of your plagiarized, fabricated religious comic book, call in. Enlighten us. Don't be a pussy. You say you're from Israel. Okay. When was Israel called Israel? 1948, when the name Israel that came about. Yeah.
That means he a real idiot with a name like Hadassah Israel. That's a real dumbass.
I can't see the well, never mind. I just got my screen up. Okay, where was I? Before I was rudely interrupted. Okay, okay, yeah, you made me lose my place. Not you, but the nigga brew.
Yeah.
In the 600-year-old Noah's life, the second month of the 17th day of the month, all the fountains of the great abyss burst forth, and the floodgates of the sky were opened. 40 days and 40 nights, heavy rain poured down on the earth. I'm gonna stop right there. Kweli, in order for you to have rain, you need sunlight, right? You need sunlight. So sunlight causes precipitation. Precipitation is basically evaporation that goes into the atmosphere, which create clouds. Clouds get densely heavy, and that's when you cause rain. So how the fuck can you have rain for 40 days and 40 nights without condensation, precipitation, evaporation? You can't do that. So this had to be God flushing the toilet. You know what I'm saying?
That's why these niggas believe in magic.
Exactly. It has to be magic.
People in the chat, you know what I'm saying, scared to call in because they done changed their name to something like Booty Boom Israel. So now they can't publicly say that this shit don't make no more sense because they done adopted a whole identity around this false religion. So instead of calling in and defending their religion and saying, y'all wrong and this is why y'all wrong, all they can do is say, oh, y'all stupid or y'all idiots and talk shit in the chat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So this is why these folks got the idiotic beliefs, because you have to believe in magic if you accept this story is true. There's no way that it's possible. We done already went over everything just by reading the Bible. It refutes itself. Yeah. If you know any fact about science or nature, because they don't say nothing about saving the plants. They don't say nothing about how you gonna feed the animals or what y'all did with all the shit. You don't say nothing about why the birds need to be on the ark when they perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. That when you say that, bro, that always makes me laugh.
God killed all the fish. Because the fish didn't. Exactly. He killed all the animals. So what he do to the fish? He just snapped his fingers and the fish died. He could have did that with everything. So he had to drown everything else and magically make the fish disappear. The shit don't make no fucking sense. And if you believe it, you the dumbass. And I'll challenge you to call in and prove us wrong.
And you know what, Kweli, when you talk about aquatic life, God is mixing fresh water with salt water. If the earth is totally flooded. So yeah, God, you're gonna kill aquatic life too. Because you're mixing fresh water and salt water. Freshwater fish cannot survive in salt water. Saltwater fish cannot survive in fresh water. What you nigga brews don't get about that. If you put if you take a catfish and throw that motherfucker in the ocean, Watch that bitch float up. Watch it float up. I promise you, it's gonna float. It's gonna die. I can test that to be true before I can test your Bible to be true. I'm just saying, nigga, bro. Just saying. Let's keep reading. On the very same day, Noah and his sons, Shaq, Kobe, and LeBron. Shaq, Kobe, and LeBron, and Noah. No, and what's that coach for the Celtics called? What's that nigga name for the Celtics?
Damn, no.
Damn, I forgot. Nah, we're gonna leave it Noah. And his wife, you know what I'm saying? And three wives, Noah and his sons entered the ark. They said, you know what? Everybody don't want to fucking listen to us. You know what? We tried to tell them niggas, man, y'all better get in the Cadillac. You know, so God finna piss on everybody. You know, like R. Kelly did. Together, with every kind of animal, wild animal. He said, look, it's wild animal. Okay, Kweli, it's wild animals now, bro. Wild animals. He said animal, but now it's wild animals. So this nigga went and got wolves. This nigga done went and got some goddamn hogs. You know what I'm saying? You know, we eat hogs down here in Texas. So this nigga done got every motherfucking thing. Every kind of animal tamed animal. Wait a minute, who's taming animals, bro? Who the fuck taming these animals? You mean you got Caesar Milano taming animals, you know, around this time? Caesar Milano, the dog whisperer? Come on now. Every kind of crawling thing that crawls upon the earth, and every kind of bird that can still swim above water. Pairs of all creatures. this bird thing is tripping me out. All creatures where the breath of life came to Noah in the ark. So penguins, kangaroos, aardvarks, koala bears, all that shit basically walked slowly across the Persian Gulf and the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean to come meet this nigga in Mesopotamia, were all male and female. All of the creatures they named. So wait a minute. So God, so these animals that you're trying to save were righteous? What the fuck do they do to be unrighteous? See, the Bible don't explain that shit. The Bible don't explain why these animals that he's trying to save. So it could have been just any animal. So Noah just randomly went to Australia and said, okay, you two kangaroos come with me. You two sloths come with me. You two trapdoor spiders come with me. You two brown recluses come with me. You two scorpions come with me. So, I mean, what the fuck, God? I mean, so Noah just had any pick of any litter. So, okay. So it was Noah's choice, not God's choice. Okay. I get it. Yep, there's so every kind
that shit don't make no sense though, because it's like if you're gonna save two of every animal to keep the species going, what's the point of killing all the rest of them in the first place? They're just gonna be the same species repopulating again, right?
Exactly. What they wicked? Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like they could have been wicked too. Like God just said any other animal, but I think God was more targeted at humans, like for real. But he wanted to like blame everybody else because I guess God knew that the dimensions of the ark was not plausible in thought for him to even build. So he wanted to do 2 by 2. He said, okay, half a football field, oh, we good. Nigga, you forgot the weight of these animals. You got the hippopotamus weigh 2,300 pounds. A giraffe weighs 2,300 pounds. A bear weighs 880 pounds on a boat that's basically made of styrofoam. I'm just saying, Kweli. I'm just saying. The boat is practically made of styrofoam.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Sure. But you know why I think this shit don't make no sense also? Because the people that wrote this shit, first of all, they plagiarizing. You know what I'm saying? So at the time while this stuff is going around, it's already the Epic of Gilgamesh is out in other religions that predate Christianity have flood stories. So what Christianity now come doing is trying to say, oh, this is what really happened in the flood story by erasing these other flood stories. You know how they burned down the Library of Alexandria and try to erase other people's history.
Yeah, they say everything
put it with this shit. But they didn't cross their T's and dot their I's like we doing now and say, well, what about this? What about this? And first of all, they didn't even know about all the species. They ain't know about the flatworms at the bottom of the ocean vents and all that shit.
Hell yeah.
So how you get 2 flatworms? They can't survive nowhere but down, but next to these vents in the ocean. So how the fuck you put them on your ark?
Yeah, exactly. You put a lobster on the ark, really, bro? Come on.
They didn't take that into consideration.
Unless that nigga went to Red Lobster and got the lobster tank. You know, you ever went to the Red Lobster and saw the lobster tank and shit. You want to put your hand down there? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. God, you know what? We thinking for God. I feel like we thinking for God in this damn Bible reading. So I think we thinking logically.
I think this is excellent illustration that if there is a God, that motherfucker had nothing to do with this book, because this shit don't make no damn sense.
Exactly. This is more like, oh shit, we got to put something together. So we're gonna
clearly, man.
So, you know, yeah, exactly. So you know, in the first chapter, it was like repetitive. I got tired. Look, I ain't even like Kweli. I got tired of reading that shit because it was the same shit. I would go one verse, like it's the same shit in verse 2. Like, what the fuck am I reading this for? Like, why the fuck am I still reading this shit when the shit doesn't make sense? And I'm waiting on my wife to come back with my veggie burger. Let's keep reading. Those that entered were male and female. Okay. All of the creatures that came as God commanded, like God talked to every animal. I guess he talked in ostrich, and I guess he was a bottlenose dolphin language and everything. Came to command it to Noah, then the Lord shut him in. Wait a minute. God shut you in. Further, how the fuck did God shut Noah in? So Noah walked on the board and said, hey, God, you know, I need you. I can't pick up that big ass heavy ramp board that you make me made. Can you shut me in for a minute? So God like, yeah, I got you, bro. So God was sitting on the coolest light and said, hey, I'm going to do this with one hand with magic. So Noah probably thinking like, nigga, you could just kill everybody with a magic that was wicked with a magic heart attack, but you magically picked this big ass 100-pound ramp board and just shut me and my wife and my kids in with all these fucking animals that smell like shit on this fucking ark. Good job, God.
Yeah, that's a good point that they don't say how. Because if God could do that by magic, then why didn't he just kill all the animals by magic? Like, why go through all this flood shit if you got magic powers? You can just snap your fingers and make shit happen.
Kweli, man, this God is very tedious, okay, according to this book, this comic book. God is very tedious, okay? He wants to do you know what, the writers of the Bible, I think they want to try to tackle everything, but at the same time, they realize, man, as long as we writing this shit, it just gets worse. It does not make sense.
It's like what we were saying last week. It's one of those stories like that. They're always fiction and they're always fables, but it's like something dumb like why elephants have trunks, and then they'll tell some stupid story about an animal get bit on the nose, and the animal that bit it stretched his nose out, and that's why elephants have trunks. Like, you know, shit like that. So this sounds like that to me. They trying to explain why there's so many different animals and so many different people, so they come up with different stories like the Tower of Babel and I told you the flood story already existed. So they have to have a flood story. If they're trying to say that this is the true religion and this is the true flood story, they got to make up some type of flood story, and they just sucked at it. But,
yeah, it's kind of like the Family Guy thing. Yeah, let's keep reading. The floods continue upon the earth. You know, after the toilet, you know, the plumber had had snaked the toilet and put some liquid, some Drano. So as the waters increased, they lifted. Look, bro, this is what verse 17, chapter 7. They lifted the ark, and so it rose above the earth. The water swelled. I don't know how water can swell, and increased greatly upon the earth. But the ark floated like styrofoam with some heavy ass animals on the surface of the water. Higher and higher on the earth, the water swelled. I don't know how water swells, until all the high mountains under the heavens were submerged. So you mean to tell me, Kweli, that the flood waters rose 3 30,280 feet.
Absolutely.
Do you know that? Do you know at that height, a person that's only 33.5% oxygen. So everybody would have suffocated on that boat from lack of oxygen. That's why when people climb Mount Everest, they have oxygen tanks with them. So you mean to tell me that all these animals and insects and all this other bullshit that was on the ark did not suffocate? Because you got 33%, 33.5% less oxygen when you up in that elevation.
And if that don't convince you, it's not even enough water molecules in existence on the planet to fill up that much space. And when the water was supposed to subside, where did it go? In outer
That
space?
part, hey, exactly. But this is the shit kicker right here. Higher, verse 19. Higher and higher on the earth, the water swelled until all the highest mountains under the heavens were submerged. The water swelled 15 cubits. Bro, do you know what 15 cubits is? 22.5 feet. So you mean to tell me Mount Everest was covered under 22.5 feet when Mount Everest is 30,500 and, no, excuse me, 30,280 feet? How is Mount Everest covered under 22 feet of water? What mountains are they talking about? Apparently, it wasn't Mount Everest.
Something's afoot here.
Something wrong. That is. Okay, it said, look, verse 19 of chapter 7, higher and higher on the earth, the water swelled until all the high mountains under the heavens were submerged. The water swelled 15 cubits. Now, if you go back, if y'all can rewind the tape, wasn't the ark, the ark was what, 50 cubits tall, wide or something like that? And you mean to tell me that the boat was bigger than Mount Everest? God. Wait a minute. 15 cubits.
It said 15.
It said 15 cubits. So go back to where they were talking about the building of the ark. I think the ark was 50 cubits tall. No, it was 50 cubits. Yeah, 50 cubits tall. 20 something. No, it's 30 something cubits wide and something cubics. But those dimensions were smaller than Mount Everest. But they said that the waters swell 15 cubics. 15 cubics equals 22.5 feet. A cubic is 1.5 feet. 1.5 feet times 15, you get 22 cubics.
Right.
So if you're so Mount Everest, so if you still a Christian after that shit, you got Stockholm syndrome. I'm just saying. Just saying. You got Stockholm syndrome.
Well, something.
Yeah. So higher than the submerged, higher than the submerged of the mountains. All creatures that move upon the earth perish. Birds perish, which is a lie. Tamed animals. I guess Cesar Milano died too. Wild animals, and all the teemed TEEMED on the earth as well. All humankind. Everything on dry land with the breath of life and that has nostrils died. The Lord wiped out every being on the earth. Human beings and animals, they crawling, all things, and the birds of the air. I don't see how you kill something that's in the air with water. Were wiped out from the earth. Only Noah and those with him on the ark were left. And when the waters had swelled on the earth for 150 days. That's the end of chapter 7. Before I get started, do any nigga brews or Christians want to call in? This is from your Bible. I'm reading from your Bible. Your Bible said that birds got killed in the air. I don't know. God must have some acid here or some devastating shit that basically came down out of the sky. I don't know, unless they got killed with Drano or something. But your Bible is claiming that all the Mount Everest was covered under 22 feet of water. When, like I said, a cubic is 1.5 feet. Now do your math. Do your fucking math. Okay? We're going to get into the last chapter of the show. So if anybody want to call in, feel free to do so now before I get into chapter 8. The reading, like I said.
Now is the time to call in, people.
Now's the time to call in while I'm taking a break. Yep. Oh, support. Give us the HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special. We doing this every day. Well, not every day, but it's supposed to be Tuesdays. But I caught up with things. 1 second, Kweli. Kweli, take over for a minute. I gotta go get it. My bad.
I got you. All right, people. Like you said, now is the time to call in. So if you are on your computer, I think you can do it from your phone too. Look in the description. It's a link. You can join and you can add your camera if you want to join on your camera. If you just want to call in and not be seen, that's cool too. The number right there on the top of the screen. So call in. Y'all got to explain this shit. All y'all believers, they love to talk shit in the comments. But then we go live and give y'all a chance to call in and explain shit to us. And y'all don't do it. So, just in case y'all didn't know, religion, especially Christianity, is on the decline. Non-religious practices, especially atheism, is on the rise. So I don't know if y'all want to live in the past or live in the future. They're living it now. Or call in now and explain to us why you believe in bullshit.
Exactly. And like I said, when I read something, I'm a thorough reader, and I want my people to understand. Like when I even if I read just a line in the Bible, I'm gonna be like, wait a minute. Yeah, just that. I analyze every fucking line because you got to pay attention to words. A lot of you people that read this Bible don't pay attention to words. Y'all just believe because it sounds good. But I tell you, I'm going to read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. So deal with it. If you're opposed to it, fine. I don't give a damn. All right. So since nobody calls in, we're going to get started on the last chapter of the show tonight, chapter 8. Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, you good.
Hey, am I good?
You good.
Okay, I'm good. All right, chapter 8. God remembered, so God got a mind now, Noah and all of the animals, wild and tame, that were with him in the ark. So God made a wind sweep over the earth, and the waters began to subside. Like God created a wind. What like you said, Kweli, where the fuck did the water go? God.
They don't tell that part.
Exactly.
They didn't think that far. There's nowhere for it to go. Like you got the ocean. It gets rained on. It floods all the way up to the top of the mountains. There's nowhere for the water to go. Like the ocean is already under the flood. So like where the water gonna go?
Yeah.
The earth would have still been flooded if that happened. But these motherfuckers don't connect those two dots.
And Kweli, not only that, man, apparently we're supposed to be in we're supposed to be in a giant snow globe, according to the flat earthers. We're supposed to be in a giant snow globe.
Bible believers.
Yeah, Bible believers, we're supposed to be in a snow globe. And in what was that, episode 2? I showed where was it episode 2 or episode 3? Probably it was episode 1. Actually, it was episode 2 when I showed the actual picture in the Bible how the earth is supposed to look. Apparently, according to the Bible, we're supposed to be in a giant snow globe. with the sun and the moon circling us. You know what I'm saying? I guess you know what some Christians say the moon is a light when it's only reflective. So if the moon is a light, then why only half of it be lit? And yeah,
sadly, that's the
how
reason
you gonna have a hat? How you gonna have a half lit light?
Is so prevalent because of this damn Bible.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I noticed, that maybe 90 to 95% of the flat earthers that I spoke to, it all boils down to they belief in this Bible shit.
That's that part. All right, let's keep reading. Chapter 8. So God made a wind sweep over the earth. Unless he farted, God must have had a real good fart there. God must have went to Magic City with you, Kweli, and y'all got drunk and high. Cause liquor make you fart. I know I drink bourbon, so when I wake up, man, my old lady be behind me, and I just purposely fart. And it'd be a strong ass wind. She gets up out of the bed like, babe, why the fuck you fart like that? I said, shit. And I'm like, babe, you was in my way. Shit. So God says shit. Hey, look, I love this bourbon shit right here, bro. This bourbon make me go, man. I ain't gonna lie. My old lady was like, babe, you didn't have to fart towards me now. I had to get up out the bed. I said, well, God did the same. See, my wife is a Christian, so she don't, but she in love with me though, so she don't care about me being an atheist. I told her straight up, I said, I'm an atheist, so she like, I don't care. She said, cause she more spiritual than anything, but we get along, and she lets me do my shows and shit like that. I'm like, well, you ain't got no trouble letting me do my show because you're in my house. So yeah, you're in an atheist household. So my kids are non-believers too. So they in there watching it right now. They in there on the Xbox right now watching it. I went in there to get this thing and said, Dad, we're watching your show. I said, okay, that's fine. Just turn it down so we don't have an echo. You know what I'm saying? So my kids are non-believers. Go ahead. What was you about to say?
I was just saying that's dope. That they ain't got to grow up believing in bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That shit slow you down.
Yeah. My
it's
daughter
like getting the wrong direction somewhere. You say, yo, how I get to 21st Street? And the motherfucker tell you to go north when really you're supposed to be going south. You ain't gonna get there. So that's what religion is. It's the wrong directions and wrong instructions.
Kweli, you just gave me some insight, man, because I did not think of it that way. But that's because when I was in Iraq, bro, I felt like we was going the right direction. Then we say, oh well. Then you have your company commander say, oh, we're heading in the wrong direction, so we got to go back east towards Afghanistan. I'm like, oh fuck, so we marching in the wrong direction. That's religion, okay? You know what, Kweli? Before I continue my reading for chapter 8, bro. I was in the military. I'll never forget it. I was in Kuwait. And my company commander at the time, he said, we're doing God's work. So you mean tell me killing kids, killing insurgents is God's work? So God planned this war for me to kill somebody? I was a tanker. So I don't know if I killed anybody, but I know as my job in the Army, I was a tanker, so I shot tank rounds into buildings and shit. Yeah, I'm sure I killed people, but the thing is, this was all done in God's name. And that's what made me become an atheist, because when I looked back on my life at 20 years, I joined the military when I was 17. I got out when I was 21. And all that war experience, man, it made me turn away from God. I turned away from God. Like, even though I tried to become a preacher, I said, well, maybe it's the devil fucking with my head and shit like that. So I tried to become a preacher. I still wanted to believe, but something inside of me is saying, this is bullshit. As a soldier, I was like, this is bullshit. Why am I killing kids? Why am I killing grown-ups and blowing up buildings because of God? And then they up here trying to kill us in the name of Allah. This is real life shit.
Right. That's
you know
what I was gonna add on to it. Like on one side, motherfuckers think that they the good guys and they working for God. But what you think they think on the other side? Y'all in war, and both of y'all believing that y'all the good guys fighting for God. That's the motherfucker. That part. And meanwhile, it's some motherfuckers that don't nobody know who the fuck they is, but they orchestrating all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that movie with Nicolas Cage, Lord of War.
Face Off.
Where he was
Lord of War. Okay, I thought you were gonna say Face Off.
He was selling guns. You know what I'm saying? To both of the motherfucking like factions, basically. You know what I'm saying? So one nation to come to him for some weapons, he'll sell them to him. The other nation come to him for some weapons, he'll sell them to him. So he making all the money, and he don't like it when there's not no war going on. So, you know, if they like, if you listen to Bobby Hemmett and they put true shit into these movies for real, then I would say that that's what they doing with this religion shit. Because you got people saying, "Oh, bless the nation and God we trust is on the money." They put that shit on the money. So you know what I'm saying? When they going out here, they thinking they doing
the government.
And then
the government.
on the other nation, on the other side that they fighting, they thinking the same thing, except they don't call it God, they call it Allah. Or whatever
that part.
They call it.
That part. All right, we finna get back into these readings, y'all. So if y'all don't want to call in, y'all want to talk shit in the comments, then don't say nothing in the comments if y'all gonna just talk shit. But we're not gonna respond unless you give us a super chat. We're only responding to super chats.
Or call in. Call in or
call in, yeah. Just letting you know. I did post this on Facebook, even though I was in Facebook jail. So, all right, so we're back. Chapter 8. God remembered Noah and all of the animals of the wild and tame that were with him in the ark. God made a wind. So God, I'm gonna put it like this. God farted over the earth, and the waters began to subside, and the fountains of the abyss and the floodgates of the sky were closed after the plumber left and said, "God, you owe me $350 for shitting so hard in your toilet." And, you know, you had the Mike Tyson floating bricks in there. So God got charged. And the downpour from the sky were held back until God paid his bill. Gradually, the waters receded from the earth and floated off into space and, you know, made the asteroid belt. And at the end of the 150 day, the waters had diminished, and the seventh month of the 17th day. Wait. Hold on. God got a fucked up ass calendar. This nigga said the 7th month of the 7th. Okay, so the 7th month is July of the 17th day of the month that the ark came to rest on Mount Ararat. Okay, so it rested on Mount Ararat, which is in Turkey. But it didn't land in Egypt, though. It didn't say, "Oh, God, it rested in Egypt." So you already know that the damn the N.E.W and all this other all of our ancestors you know, teachings, y'all didn't take into account of that shit. So you mean tell me that the flood is older than Khufu, Menkera, and Khafra, which dates back 10,000 years prior to the flood? Let's keep reading.
Crazy.
I'm just saying.
All you gotta do is a little bit of historical research and a little bit of science, and you can pretty much prove that this shit ain't true. But keep on going though.
All right, so so Mount Ararat, which is only 5,000 feet tall, nigga. Okay, so Mount Ararat is only 5,000 feet, nigga. Oh damn, what they do when they got out the boat? So, you know, penguins die in extreme heat. Polar bears die in extreme heat. So how do polar bears get back to the North Pole and the penguins got back to Australia? I mean, did y'all have an Uber plane? Yeah, I'm just saying, like, did y'all have a fucking Uber plane? Yeah, animal Uber or something like that. Like, yeah, that's a good one. I like that. I like that quick animal Uber. I mean, shit. So all the animals that dealt with, like, okay, so I'm from Texas. Like, you got certain animals out here in Texas that requires moisture. Mount Ararat is in the fucking desert. We got vipers out here. We got like desert. We got rattlesnakes. You mean to tell me a rattlesnake can survive in Mount Arad, like in the fucking desert? You and I both are from the South. We know that a lot of our animals out here in the South, like alligators and shit like that. Cause I know there'd be some alligators that travel up through Savannah and into Atlanta. Nigga, how the fuck the alligators get back over here? Kweli, I know you don't like probably petted an alligator at the zoo or something, but
Yeah, me.
I'm just saying, nigga, stingrays, like, bro. You know what? I think a Christian would say, well,
Hey, we do got I'm glad you said that though. We got a animal sanctuary in Georgia, in Locust Grove, Georgia. And guess what it's
Right.
called?
Was it the Ark?
Noah's Ark.
You motherfucking lying. I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying.
And they take us there like in the 4th grade, you know what I'm saying, for a field trip. You can go there anytime.
Hey,
it's free.
Hey, we got a caller. Don't we have a caller? We got somebody was calling my name.
That's DSA.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, DSA?
Yo.
Peace.
Yo, Kwame.
What's good, bro?
Yo, peace, togetherness to everybody, man. Hey, Kweli ain't lying. I done been to it.
I've been there like 3 times, man. I went when I was a kid on the field trip.
Yo, you remember when the drug dealer had? Hold on, Kweli. You remember when the drug dealer had a tiger, I think a grizzly bear or a brown bear, and a lion?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yo, they at the daggone at the Noah's Ark animal sanctuary.
That's where they were at.
I think one of them died. I think the tiger and the bear is still alive, but the lion died.
That's what
and
what
DSA
they rescue wild animals. And shit. You can go down there and
exactly.
see all types of wild animals.
And this is why I want to address to both of y'all. Right. And so this is what I want to address to all the people. Habitats. You mean to tell me Noah did not have a certain habitat on the ark for them to survive? Because like certain animals need a habitat. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
The alligators at the Noah's Ark that's in Locust Grove, Georgia, they have they own little area, you know what I'm saying? Then they got an area for the snakes, the area for the turtles. The bears got their little enclosure. They got some lions.
Yep.
They got wolves and shit. But they all have they make a false habitat for them so they could feel like they in their natural habitat. So on the ark,
only animals
for 40 days, I can't imagine what the hell they did for them.
Dude, what's crazy about that is I had the same discussion some years back with somebody, and I didn't get as in depth with it as y'all did, but I asked that same question. I said, I was talking to one of my homies at the time. I was like, dude, you got 2 of every animal, right? He was like, yeah. I said, what was the animals eating? He was like, God has all powers in his hands for the animal. I said, so hold on. So I said, you mean to tell me the lions wasn't killing the gazelles and the zebras and stuff like that? The hippos weren't trying to escape.
That part.
The snakes wasn't biting everybody. The mantises, the fire ants, the bullet ants, I forgot the name of the other Amazonian type ants. They went in there tearing stuff up.
Oh, leaf cutter ants, all that.
Yeah, leaf cutter ants. You mean to tell me all these animals were in sync with each other not to do nothing for 40 days and 40 nights?
Magic.
I'm like, bruh, that don't work like that. You can't even do it in real life.
Brother Polite said that God put a spirit on the ants. He put a spirit on all the animals not to kill each other. Yeah, magic.
That's all. It all boils down to magic, bro. That's why I say you gotta believe in magic if you buy this shit. If you buy that, God created the earth.
Go ahead. Hold on. The other thing that made me realize something a few years back, I forgot who I was looking at. It was just a random video, and I just happened to click on it. It said the same thing y'all talking about. If the planet got flooded and all the animals died, and a lot of people think that, so the whales, the dolphins, the porpoises, the manatees, all of them wouldn't die, right? The dude broke it down. He was like, wrong, they would die. And I'm thinking to myself, how would they die? He was like, when you change the water the way that God supposedly did, the water pressure changes. So when the water pressure changes, you're killing off the other animals as well. So if you got, let's say, a humpback whale, which is one of the largest whales outside of the whale shark, and I forgot the other one.
Yeah, and their water pressures is 20.5 psi. So for a humpback whale, so the way God flooded the earth, it was 50 psi. So that would have killed the humpback whale. 20.5 psi is for the humpback whales. It was 13.8 psi for the jellyfish, and 10.1 psi for the octopus. So all those water pressures would change with fresh water and salt water.
Not just even that.
I'm on Google. I'm on Google right now. I'm looking this shit up on Google. I'm like, wait a minute. So God would have changed those 3 pressures and would have killed everybody. Well, all the aquatic life.
And think about it, not just that. Think about the aquatic life that can't move. Like the I forgot what they call, not the sea urchins. The them and the barnacles, the starfish.
Barnacles, bottom feeders, yeah.
They can't swim. So all of them were dead.
No, it's not even that. What's that shit on Florida? Oh, Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier. How the Great Barrier Reef? How the shit that survive?
Would have been destroyed. And then the thing about it, if you look at the Marianas Trench, that's the deepest section on the planet.
It's deeper than Mount Everest.
That's what I'm saying. It's deep enough to crush a ship. Crush a sub that's built to go that deep. They don't even have nothing on planet Earth that can go all the way to the bottom. Just imagine the animals that live there. Their pressure would have increased a whole lot. So everything there, they would have died. But how are you going to get to a human on this boat?
God said he was going to kill everything in the air, though, unless he had a pellet gun or something. Kweli, did you give God a pellet gun from Walmart? I'm asking Kweli, nigga, because I drink, you smoke. I think God took my damn pellet gun.
God is a God that can do magic whenever he wants to.
Think about the birds.
And some shit don't make sense.
Think about a lot of the birds.
That's when God
Exactly. But
I think God stole my 22 caliber rifle.
But think about a lot of the birds, though. You got eagles, pigeons, canaries, parrots. They can't swim on water. So if you kill all the trees off by drowning them, they're dead anyway. Then you got all the seagulls, the pelicans, the ducks, the geese, the swans that can swim on water. They have nowhere to go to. They get waterlogged. They die. So,
that part, you're right.
With water.
Bro,
and like I said, where they gonna go? Where they gonna land and rest at? They can't rest because most of them can't swim.
But how everything gonna drown on the 15 cubits of water though? 15 cubits is 22.5 feet. So I think that's why we still got
We got another.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, bring it in, bring them on.
Area code 470. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, let's try.
You might want to turn your background noise down.
Area code 732. You got background noise. Can you turn it down for us? Area code 732. Roof. Area code 732.
Turn your noise down.
Where you calling from?
Turn your noise down in the background.
Okay.
Let's think about this. Kill niggers, behead niggers, roundhouse kicking nigger into the concrete, slam dunk a nigger baby in the trash can, crucify filthy blacks, defecate on niggers' food.
John Henry.
This motherfucker talking shit, trying to rap like Eminem.
All right.
We got some trolls.
We got trolls. Hey, Kweli. Hey, you know what? It's actually a good thing that we got trolls.
Yo, hold on. Dude said kill the 50 blacks. You know what's funny about that? Without our DNA, you wouldn't even exist.
That part. Without that melanin,
you wouldn't even be here.
That's where racism come from, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta entertain no peck of wood.
No, I just like making fun of a lot of them because they burn like bologna in the sun. Hot dog body build.
Hey, not only do they burn, not only these crackers burn like bologna, they age like bananas.
Oh, milk, eggnog build that.
Eggnog. That's why I don't do dairy products. But you know what, Kweli? I do, in a way, I do apologize for all the troll, but I know you know what? Somebody, it's a white dude that listens to our channel, and I know he not trolling us, but he's an atheist too. But he said, bro, the way you break down the Bible, he said you're gonna. He said, like, he told me at work today. He said you're gonna develop trolls because a lot of people still believe in this shit. So he even told me. He said, bro, you're gonna develop trolls because he said I watched one of your the Bible comedies. He said a lot of people are gonna troll you. I said, that's good for me. That means they're listening. That means that our platform is going to grow. So I said, don't feel bad.
That means they can't refute what you're saying. Because,
right.
Exactly. So if they don't like what you're saying, what they should do is call in and prove you wrong. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I would do. I wouldn't sit there in the chat, live chat, and talk shit like a little bitch. And I wouldn't call in and, play little recordings that say racist shit to somebody YouTube live. If I thought that they was wrong, I would prove them wrong. And on their channel. Yeah. That's what I would do.
That's how you verbally kill somebody by proving them wrong on blast in front of people.
All right. I don't mean to cut off this male bonding, but let's go on and finish chapter 8, and then let's go on and finish chapter 8, y'all. So the waters continue to diminish upon the earth in 10 months. And on the first day of the 10th month, the top of the mountains appeared. So Mount Everest appeared after 10 months, and covered under 15 feet of water. Okay, I get it. Verse 6. In the end of the 40 days, Noah opened his hatchet of the ark that he had made, and he released a raven. I thought all the damn birds were killed. A raven? Out of all the birds, you wanna why not a duck or something? Because ducks can float in water. So the nigga said a raven. Ravens can't swim. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Can ravens swim? Nope. I never seen a raven in a fucking pond. Anybody want to correct me on that?
But ravens are one of the smartest birds that's out there, though.
Okay.
That's like saying smart. That's like saying a goddamn a small whale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A smart bird is still pretty dumb.
For real. Let's go.
Real.
Let's continue reading. A few. No, he said a flew. FLEW flew back and forth until the waters dried up. So you know what? With that verse, that lets you know that birds was not concerned dying in the flood. Right. If they flew back, like God, you talking about killing birds?
Even God knew that.
he said a flew. If you flew back, like okay. So this is a different version of the Bible, but I feel like it's telling more of the truth when it comes to human-centric writings, retroactive writings. If the Bible on verse 7 saying a few flew back, where'd they come from? If they flew back, where was they at?
I'm about to say,
Kweli, where the fuck was they at?
I thought it was only
Wait a minute.
2.
But Kweli, they weren't on the boat. So how Noah gonna send this raven out and then some more come back? Where were they at? Like that lets you know that God didn't kill no goddamn bird.
It's a mystery.
If the Bible is saying that, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that made sense. I'm saying that made sense because what you read earlier said he killed off every bird. I mean every animal.
Some flew back.
Really didn't make it. But you got 2 of every animal on the ark. So how can you have 2 of every animal if you killed off that specific breed of animal?
But not only that, in verse chapter 8, verse 7, it said a few flew back. When the raven, okay, so they sent the raven out, but some came back with the raven. That's basically what the Bible is saying in verse 7. Some came back. So what was these niggas at? What ark were they on? See what I'm saying? So how the Bible gonna say a few flew back?
It was on the other ark.
We need more than two.
It was so God didn't kill nothing here. Not nothing on the sky. No, I can understand he killed some cats, you know what I'm saying? Some wood rats, some cockroaches, you know, some bed bugs. You know, God killed all that, you know, but that don't make sense. Like, that's something you Christians should look up, like how God gonna kill every bird when some came back with the raven.
And then peep this though. Bro, you mean to tell me we only 8 chapters into the Bible, and God he done created everything twice. He done lied.
Yep.
Got caught lying. He done killed everybody. Genocide.
First 48. First 48. Yeah, first 48.
Destroyed the earth. We only 8 chapters into the Bible.
Yeah.
And this is only the first book, and it's how many books? 60 something?
88.
It's God.
66. My bad.
Where did they get this notion that God is good? You know what I'm saying? And I still haven't got a Christian to answer that question. How did you determine that God was good and Satan was bad?
They can't. 88 is from the other Bible. My bad.
Right. No, you're correct. You're correct. So then he released a dove. Nigga, I thought it was a raven. You said they said, verse 8, it said, then he released a dove. Nigga, I thought it was a raven. To see if the waters had found no place to perch. So you need a dove instead of God to say, hey, you know what? It's dry land over here in Atlanta, over there by Bankhead. Nigga, you might want to go over there by Bankhead. Or you can go to Dallas, you know what I'm saying? You might take you a long time. You go to Dallas and Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying? Might be some water over there in Lake Arlington, you know what I'm saying? But God had to send a dove. God sent the dove instead of the raven. What he sent the raven out for? To see if it's some more other predatorial birds to perch. And they returned him in the ark, and there was water all over the earth. Wait a minute. So God farted already and said the waters subsided, but then this nigga sent out a raven to go see if it's any more birds that he did not pick up. Now this nigga is sending a dove to go see if the waters have receded. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Man, Kweli, we gotta stop it. You know what? I'm gonna put God on some Jim Beam instead of this Evan Williams. So next time God come sit with me and drink with me, it's gonna be some Evan Williams instead of some Jim Beam. So that Jim Beam fucks you up. Anyways, yeah, you know what? I might have to put God on that Crown Apple. You know what I'm saying? God be tripping, boy. He really. But he can't. God can't handle a real man's drink. So so for there the waters were all over the earth. Putting on his hands, he caught the dove and drew it back to him inside the ark while the raven was outside, you know, mingling with some other birds. He waited yet 7 days more. Excuse me. Verse 10, he waited 7 more days and released the dove from the ark again. So you mean tell me this nigga woke the dove up at 7 o'clock in the morning and say, you know what? Hey, I'm ready for some dry land. Can you go out there and see for me? But the dove like, oh man, you sent the raven out, bro. And he brought several more birds with him. And you mean tell me there ain't no dry lands? Them niggas must be hiding out somewhere. So I know that damn dove was fucking pissed off. But you know what? This goes back to show that the dove is a symbol of peace. You know what I'm saying? So the dove is a symbol of peace. That's why the dove is mentioned in the Bible.
Hey, the crow brought back a murder.
Yeah. He brought back a hood. You know what I'm saying? He brought back damn Bankhead. In South Dallas, he brought back Stop 6.
You know a whole group of crows is called a murder, right?
Yeah, that's why the movie The Crow with Brandon Lee, The Crow.
Yeah,
Brandon Lee, The Crow.
A bunch of crows is called a murder. So if you see a bunch of crows in the air, you call them a murder.
Yep, Murder Worth, Fort Worth, Texas. But anyways, let's go. Verse 11. In the evening, the dove came back to him and said, "No, nigga, the water's still up, nigga. The water's still up, nigga. We still can see fucking Austin from where I'm saying. We can only see the top of Austin, so you gotta wait a fucking few days, nigga." Then it's Bill Cosby, was plucked off the olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had diminished on the earth. So he waited yet. Noah was still scared. He supposed to be a man of God. That nigga was still scared. Noah, he waited yet 7 days and then released the dove again. But the time it did not come back. So Noah was like, "Nigga, I know I sent you out there to give me some damn 211 and some fucking Hennessy, and you didn't come back. I'm gonna find this goddamn dove and kill this motherfucking dove. Nigga took my $20 and a food stamp. Nigga, I'm gonna kill your bitch ass." That's what Noah was thinking. Shit, nigga buying liquor with food stamps. Fuck Noah. In verse 13, in the 605 year. The first month of the first day of the month. So Kweli, so break that down again. The month was backwards, right? Because I know the age of Taurus was first. So can you break that down?
They just had 10 months back then, and they just named them 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10, just like that. That's
so we don't know what. So
first month and all that shit.
So this goddamn calendar don't exist.
Right.
So
there's no telling, pretty much. No telling when it was. Even if they gave a date, they changed the calendar. So once they changed the calendar, everything before that sort of, you know what I'm saying, you lose the actual date.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, the 600. So this nigga was 605 years old. So that means the earth was flooded for 5 years under 22 feet of water. And then on the first month of the first day of the month, and the waters began to dry up on the earth. So God's fart. I mean, that nigga that must have eaten up damn chili peppers or some damn Rotel dip at the party. It didn't dry up the earth, so God had to fart again. I'm just saying, God, his damn.
They just told on this show though. He said the water began to dry up, so they evaporated, right?
Twice. It was. No, yeah. See, Kweli, I'm glad you brought that up, bro. They brought that shit up twice. They brought it up twice. In verse, it was in chapter 8. No, it was actually in, let me see. I would say 10, 9 and 10, 9 through 11. He waited again. So the waters dried up 2 times? Like, I mean, nigga, God got some badass plumbing. Like, God must have called out liquid plumber or something. Like, I mean, nigga, did you use Drano before you called a actual plumber? Like, fuck. Drano didn't even work 100% of the time. I had to use Drano, twice for my shit to be pushed down, because, my kids be floating some goddamn bricks like Mike Tyson, for real. So, God, I'm just saying, my kids be going, man, for real. Okay, so we're going to keep reading. So Noah then removed the covering from the ark. Oh, so Noah had a tarp from a damn semi truck from Swift. Okay, from JB Hunt. So Noah removed the JB Hunt cover from the ark, and the surface of the ground had dried up like a goddamn Sahara desert. In the second month of the 27th day of the month, and the earth was dry like some bitch with bad pussy. Verse 13, God said to Noah, hey Noah, out of the ark together, you and your wife and your sons, bring out your everything living, and that is with you, all creatures, be the birds. Okay, so God is obsessed with birds for some reason. Bro, you ain't killing no goddamn God. You ain't killing no goddamn birds when you sent the bird out, a raven. When Noah sent the bird out to go find other birds and they came back. What birds did you kill, nigga? Come on, God. What birds did you fucking kill? That's my thing. You keep talking about birds, man. And here, you know what? Y'all know this. Go ahead.
Maybe we got it all wrong, and the Bible is they talking slang, and these niggas is dope dealers.
Yep.
He said, nigga, where my birds at, nigga? And
hey, you know,
interpreting it all wrong.
Hey, say no more. Hey, it might be some. Ops. Listen, hey, Kweli, we gotta watch out for the ops. Nigga.
That's why they put it in code.
A bird is 10 grams, ain't it? No.
Man,
God kept his drug dealers alive. So the birds, and then he substituted with animals of all the crawling. He killed all the. Okay, so nigga, with this verse, God killed every roach except for 2, but we got millions of roaches in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to move from East Fort Worth to the white folk neighborhood, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, I keep my place clean. I can show y'all right now. My place is clean. My wife keeps it clean. But nigga, how did we get roaches? And God killed only kept 2 roaches alive. Where them roaches come from? I'm just saying. Where the bed bugs come from? I'm just saying. Bro. Yeah. I'm just saying, God, like you killed every.
They don't mention the microscopic animals and shit because they ain't know about them.
What's those? Hey, Kweli, let me ask your brother something. What is the name of that animal that can live in outer space? It's a microscopic animal. It looks like a bear, but it's on Earth, but it can survive in outer space. You know what I'm talking about?
It's called something bear. I know what you're talking about because I just ended up running into it on some random YouTube stuff. Ran into it yesterday. Right. It can survive extreme heat, extreme cold. It's like you can't kill it, but it's one other microscopic animal that
Animal
can
Planet,
kill it.
man, but I can't remember the name.
Y'all saw that shit on too. Like, because think about this. Okay, so let's talk. So while we're on the flood story, and I know this, I ain't trying to drag the show on too long, but you got volcanic vents, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of animals require those volcanic vents.
Right.
To survive. So you got those microscopic bacteria that actually needs that volcanic vent to survive. They can survive in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So God apparently didn't mention this nigga, this bear like
streamophile, that's what they call them.
The streamophile. It's a streamophile. That's what it's called.
I found it. It's
they don't mention that shit, you know what I'm saying? And they can't survive in normal what we consider normal conditions. That's why they call it extreme.
It's called a tardigrades. TARGIGRADES.
Yeah, it looks like a little bear. It got like 6 feet or something like that. Yeah, it's like a bear. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep reading.
Bear.
Water bear basically. Bring out every living thing that is with you, all the creatures, be that they birds or animals or crawling. So why is he using the word or? Like, did somebody die did they die? Because anytime I see or, birds or this or that, like, did they die? All things that crawl on the earth, let them abound on the earth and be fertile and multiply on it. Like I mentioned in Genesis chapter 2, episode 2 of this show, you're still going to need 50 individuals of a species to have enough genetic diversity. What do Christians not get about that shit? You cannot have 2 animals, 2 humans. Yes, you need 50 individuals of a species to have enough genetic diversity in order to have a proper amount of lack of incest, pretty much. We're almost done. We're almost at chapter 9. You see what I'm saying? So Noah came out and said, hey, God, man, that was some fucked up shit you did, bro. I mean, I'm hungry as fuck, nigga. I done got skinny. I couldn't took my chemotherapy, nigga. I mean, the only thing I had on the boat was weed and shit. So Noah came out together with his sons, smoking weed, and his wife, you know what I'm saying? They changed out their period pads. and all the animals and all the birds and all the crawling creatures, roaches, rats, wood rats, carpenter ants, leafcutter ants, termites. They didn't eat the boat for some reason. On the earth went out of the ark by families. Families. Okay, that's another word I want to look at. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, choosing from every clean animal and every clean bird. He offered a. Wait a minute. Okay, let me. Okay, so verse 20 of chapter 8, Noah built an altar to the Lord, choosing from every clean animal, every clean bird. He offered a burnt offering on the altar. When the Lord smelled the sweat and odor of the Lord, said to himself, damn, that's some good ass barbecue. Again, I will curse the ground because human beings, since the desire of the human heart are evil from. Okay, so bro, why you just didn't kill Noah? God, why the fuck you didn't kill Noah? Because he put a burnt offering up for you? Now you saying, oh, never again will I curse the ground because of human beings, since the desire of humans heart are evil. So nigga, you killed everybody for nothing. Kweli, he killed, from what I'm getting from it, and was that verse 20, verse 21, you killed everybody for nothing. You killed everybody for nothing.
And then he said, oh shit. They got good in their heart after all. They gave me some burnt birds.
Yeah, some grilled chicken, bro. Why Christians don't get that shit? From what I don't know. Look, DSA, Kweli, y'all might see it differently, but from what I'm reading, I'm an analyst reader. Bro, God killed everybody for nothing. He killed everything for nothing. He got a burnt offering. So those birds and those animals that was on the ark, they was planning to get killed anyway when they got off. He offered a burnt offering. Bro.
You know what? The way that sounds, from just by you reading, not even the way you broke it, well, part of the way you broke it down, but just by that, you killed off everything in a sense to save the pure stuff, just to kill it off.
Mm-hmm.
So exactly. Because God saved those animals as the burnt offering for him to kill anyway. Like, why you just didn't drown them animals? So and God really, said, you know what? Go ahead.
That's at the heart of the Christian religion. You know what I'm saying? It's a sick, bloodthirsty, sacrificial religion where the most sacred part of it is supposed to be murdered, and that's supposed to be seen as a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers walking around with a cross on, like that's a good thing. Nigga, that's a murder device that somebody dead body was nailed to. I'm
gonna say something. Guess what? And speaking of the cross, that wasn't created until till after Jesus' death. When you look at the actual history of torture devices in Roman and Greek customs, that was created after Jesus was crucified on the cross. That's why in Acts 5:30 it said he was crucified on a tree. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. God wasn't crucified. Jesus wasn't crucified on the cross. He was crucified on a tree. Spoiler.
Yo, that's why they said that shit. Because the part from what you just read kind of throws it off, but at the same time, in a sense, it does make sense. For the simple fact that, how could he build an altar if you're using, let's just say you're using wood? How could you build an altar when all the wood has been saturated? It's not gonna hold together. Okay, let's say stone. What stone would you use?
This shit that don't make no sense. This shit is obviously fiction, but you bring it to the believers, and they just gonna say, when you back them down to a wall and you explain to them that if the whole earth was flooded, all the vegetation would be dead and all the plant life would go extinct, which means all the animals would go extinct, and then they're gonna say, oh, this is just a metaphor. That's what they're gonna say. And they
metaphor
still gonna continue to believe this bullshit. They're gonna make up something. They gonna make up something, you know what I'm saying? The same way they do like they supposed psychic readings and shit, you know what I'm saying? And when the shit don't come true, they just forget about it. It's a
I got a question for both of y'all. Should I reread verse 20 and 21 again? Because I feel like this is new to me because I didn't read, as a Bible believer, former Bible believer, I didn't read this shit. But when I'm looking at it while y'all talking, then Noah built an altar to the Lord, chosen from each clean animal, every clean bird, and he offered a burnt offering. Like, nigga, you basically saved those birds for nothing. When the Lord smelled Go ahead.
No, I was about to say the only other place I can see him getting wood from is from the ark. And even that is saturated because it's been in the water for 40 days.
It might make sense
to hold a fire to it.
If Noah is black and the birds are chickens, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and God forgot the watermelon though. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep reading. If you got the watermelon though, I don't know how they got watermelon, but yeah, chicken and watermelon, that's some great shit. I'm from the south
all y'all
too.
Animals can go with them chickens. Y'all asses,
nah. Hell yeah, some barbecue, you know what I'm saying? Abel, I remember I read the story about Cain and Abel. When Abel bought the damn barbecue beef sandwich to God and Cain bought some damn veggie shit to him. God said, nigga, get the fuck out of my face with that goddamn vegetarian shit, nigga. Abel bought me a damn barbecue beef sandwich from Bodacious, nigga. Cain, fuck you. God said, Cain, fuck you. Cain was like, nigga, God, fuck you. And Abel, I'm finna kill your ass. So that's why I brought it. So Cain said, hey, bro, let me talk to you for a minute. So that's when Abel brought Cain brought Abel out to the field and say, you know what, man, that bitch over there, man, I met at V Live last night. Yeah. You know what, man, I got a picture of it in my smartphone. So Abel said, let me see. So Cain gave Abel the phone, and then next thing you know, Abel was looking at her, getting ready to jack his dick, and that's when Cain stabbed his ass. You know what I'm saying? 2 times in the neck. And then God asked the question that he already knew the answer to. Now, hey, you killed your damn brother? And they said, I want my lawyer. Yeah, exactly. Where the fuck is it? His blood came from the ground, nigga. That's how I know you killed him. God, what you been all know? You should have known I was gonna kill that nigga anyway, because you like the smell of burnt flesh and barbecue sandwiches and shit. So that's how you Christian guys are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. So with this verse, with verse 20 of chapter 8, with the Noah's flood, God, when the Lord God smelled the sweet odor of the Lord, smelled that sweet odor of barbecue chicken, the Lord said to himself, like, God damn, I thought I killed everybody off of Bodacious, but shit, Noah reinvented that shit. But I would curse the ground because human beings since, nigga, you know what? Like with that right there, and this is the last verse of the Bible of this chapter, but God is still cursing the ground. Bro, I thought you cleansed everything. I thought you got some hand sanitizer and you cleansed everything, God. What the fuck is wrong with this God? I will curse the ground because human beings, since the desire of humans, our hearts are evil from youth, nor will I ever again strike down the living beings I have done. Verse 22, all the days of the earth, seed time and harvest, cold and hard summer and winter, and the days and the nights shall not cease. Nigga, you curse everything for nothing. You did that flood for nothing. What did you do the flood for, nigga? Was it too much water in your bathtub or something? I'm just saying. God, did you have too much water in your bathtub? You know what I'm saying? You had some ivory soap, you burnt your eyes or something, and you just basically misconstrued everything, and you just fuck with your toy. We basically toys to God. We basically some goddamn toys, especially the birds. God have an issue with birds, but I think God just like chicken.
I think,
in my opinion.
I think the reason they put this part in the Bible is because the flood stories already existed in these ancient religions, and when they was making up this religion, they knew they had to have a flood story, or people was going to say, well, what about the flood? Because the flood story was already in the religious narrative of the ancient people at the time. So when they invented Christianity, they had to, copy the flood story and put their version of it. And that's why it don't make no sense, because they plagiarizing They don't know fuck all about science or the universe, or didn't even know that the earth was round, you know what I'm saying? So it don't make no sense. And it clearly wasn't written by no damn God. Because a God
I don't think God is.
Yeah, this shit don't make no sense.
I don't think. Exactly, bro. So that's why I said people that are Christians and shit like that. I know the person that called in was basically a Christian that was pranking us and shit. You know, he can't fathom the fact that his Bible doesn't make sense. But the way I read it, and like my homeboy at work told me, he's an atheist, and he was like, "Nigga, you gonna have trolls." He said, you're going to definitely have trolls because they're not going to like the way you read the Bible. And I basically showed him one of our videos. He said, yeah, they ain't going to like that shit. But the thing is, you got to break down what you believe, because I'm not going to go into a situation and basically expect to just take it on face value. I don't take my wife. I take my wife seriously, but if she tell me something I feel like I don't believe, I'm like, baby, you got to explain that to me better. And you got to show me some proof on that shit. She know how I am. She's a Christian. I'm an atheist. So she already know I don't deal with beliefs. I deal with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. So I'm glad we have the trolls or whatever. But if y'all want to call in, the time is now. Dang, Kweli ain't mean to be on the Bible this long, but I did read chapter 6. Try to get everybody caught up, but yeah, it's supposed to be an hour, but hey, we still got time if y'all want to call in before we hang it up, man. This is the Bible Comedy Hour, hosted by Kweli Kush, co-host Kwame Ramesu. Hey, man, we got chapter 9 and chapter 10, the covenant with Noah. That should be good. The covenant with Noah. Spoiler alert, you might see some nakedness. Spoiler, but it is what it is. I'll make sure I have some more bourbon with me at the time, you know. Shit. What you got to say on this, Kweli, man? Because this now, that was more, chapter 7 and 8 was crazier than reading chapter 5. I thought chapter 5 was some fucked up shit. But
I think it get crazier and crazier every day, like as we go on. Like if I would have had the mindset that I got now when I was introduced to the Bible or whatever, there's no way you could ever believe that shit. But the thing is, they introduced that shit to you when you so young, and it's like it's not some stranger coming to tell you, hey, check out this Bible. It's your parents and your grandparents. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it works so well. And I mean, it's rare that people even question the shit. But if you do question it and you're not so closed-minded that you can't see the truth, then it don't take long for you to realize something's not right about this. And all you got to do is just have that thirst for the truth, and you'll find your way out of that shit, man. But it took me like 9 years to go from knowing that something wasn't right about the Bible to becoming an atheist.
I became, like I said, I became an atheist. I'm 37, so I became an atheist when I was 28. So I've been an atheist for a pretty good amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And that was after Jarvis Christian College when I was trying to become a minister. But, you know, it's sad. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's sad, but it's astonishing that we got ministers that are atheists, but they're portraying as Christians. They don't believe this shit. And, you know, and, you know, it's their shit. They want to keep their money. I'm glad you said
that too, because I want to start bringing some of them on. We might have to do some like anonymous, because some of them not outspoken atheists, because you know they preach. Right. But I still want to, you know what I'm saying, question them and shit, and because they got the Clergy Project where these preachers that are atheists, but they still in the pulpit, and they just kind of talk about how they struggle with it and all that shit. So I'm gonna see if I can get some of them to come on. But I want to remind everybody that we do the reverse collection plate live every Sunday on the Atheist Church Live. So y'all tune in. It works just like a collection plate at your church, except in reverse. Instead of the preacher getting the money, the congregation get the money. So everybody send $1 to the Cash App, and then we pick one person out of the people that send it, and we send them all the money. We did it in 2 weeks so far. So we done gave away $40 the first week, and I think like $50-something the second week. So we don't know how much we're gonna give away this Sunday, but make sure y'all tune in Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
And I'll be there because I'm off every Sunday. But see, Kweli, this is what I want to do, man, to make it more challenging. I want to ask scientific questions because if you're a true atheist, you should know, like, say for instance, what's the name of Saturn's ice moon? Can anybody answer that right now? What's the most famous ice moon? Europa. No, it's Enceladus. Enceladus is the ice moon of Saturn that shoots geysers out.
I thought about incorporating that to the reverse collection plate, but the way I want to do it is like, let's say we have, because sometimes people send donations and they don't want to win. They just like, I want to add $10 to the pot or whatever. Y'all, I like what y'all doing. So let's say one of those people end up winning, or myself, let's say I end up winning. That's what I was gonna do if I ended up winning. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody that didn't want to keep the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say, okay, we're gonna have a little fun with it, ask some questions and stuff. But the hard part about asking the questions is everybody can just Google the answer. So you got to think of some questions that can't be Googled. You know what I mean? Like IQ test type questions.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I feel like we would have to have them call in. Like, you got to call in right away. Like, you got 10 seconds. You got 10, 20 seconds to answer.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? So they got to call in. Yeah, 3 seconds. Yeah, you got to call in to answer. Like, you know, if you want to win $40, call in, and then we'll give you a trivial question. It's basically trivial. So, cause we need to know. Because everything is science based, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we can even do some Bibles. We can even do some Bible. Not everybody really know the Bible like we do, but we can even do some Bible trivia. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this is a critical thinking show. We're doing critical thinking. Atheism is critical thinking. Yeah. So, hey, you know what? Like I said, on the back end, Kweli, if you ever want to call me, man, let me know how you want to run this. DSA, man. Hey, man, you're more than welcome. But see, DSA, the thing is with you got a good voice. Man, we can do a duo. Because right now, we're not in the, yeah, I'm saying you got a good, like, you can sound like God and I can be like different characters. But right now, we're in a monologue up until chapter 10. Yeah, we're in a monologue, so I have to basically play God and Noah and it's at the same time. But once we get to chapter 10, I'm gonna need some. I got a female that's coming. That's gonna be. She said she's gonna do the voices of Job. Like when we get to the book of Job and the book of Joshua, Kings. She said she'll do the voices of those women. But when you're looking at the Bible, it's basically almost like a monologue. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to create a dialogue between characters in the Bible. So if you ever want to, like do that, like recreate, I can create a script and we can make this shit even more funnier instead of just reading the Bible verses and just kind of like making fun of them. And, you know what I'm saying? We need to make this shit extra funny. I know it's called Bible Comedy Hour, but this is why it's called Bible Comedy Hour, to get people to think, you know what I'm saying? But I would like a dialogue with the characters in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So if you get what I'm saying, like I want to kind of like expand this shit more. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So you have a good voice. So you can play God like really good. Like, you know, like kind of like how Morgan Freeman played God and Bruce Almighty. That's how you sound. Like I was saying, oh, he'll be a good God voice. I said he'll be a good ass God voice because he sound like Morgan Freeman. Not like Morgan Freeman, but you know, you have that voice to where it's like, you know, you have like, okay, think about it like this. What's that guy's name? The Thinking Atheist. That's how you sound. You sound like him, the Thinking Atheist. Like you have a good radio voice. Yeah, you have a good radio voice. Like you can play God. Like if I say, well, here's your script to play God, and I'm gonna play this character and stuff. Cause my voice is more animated. Yours is more like soft and stern, like the Thinking Atheist. So you will play God perfectly. So that's why I'm trying to go with this show. Like have a dialogue. Say for instance, like you're like we're reading the book of Joshua, and you like, and I'm like, hey, you need to get these dishes done. You're like, I'm reading the fucking paper. I'm reading the paper. God damn it, get off my ass. That type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I need something more like funny, you know. But yeah, go ahead, Kweli. I know you want to say something or DSA.
I'm good, man. DSA, you go ahead.
I was just gonna ask you something off topic right quick. When was you in Kuwait?
Man, I was in Kuwait in about 04. It was right before Ambush Alley. Before I went to Ramadi.
Yeah, you was out there way before I was. I didn't get out there until later on because I was at the I was in Ali Asaleen.
Ooh, you was around CID, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Was CID surrounded? Yeah, y'all surrounded by CID. Yeah, we was surrounded by CID. We was in green zone first, and then we went to the hot zone when we went to Ramadi, and then we pushed on into Fallujah.
Yeah, I had some people that had to go to Iraq when that popped off because they separated.
Yeah, Ambush Alley.
Went to Kuwait. Yeah, man, that thing was crazy.
I was 81st Armored Division. I was attached to the 720th Combat Brigade, man. We had some we had some attachments with the Marine Corps. Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. We was attached to them too. Them the ones that got stuck crossing the Euphrates. We had to use our CPUs to pull them out. Yeah, we had to pull them niggas out the damn mud.
You said you was there.
I'm 37,
04, right?
04 or 05. Yeah, I'm 37.
Okay, I was in South America doing drug runs.
Oh, okay. Well, that had to be fun. Shit.
No, it wasn't. Trust me, it wasn't. It was aggravating as hell.
You couldn't keep your feet dry?
No, we was good keeping our feet dry. It was just catching them dudes with you seen Bad Boys 2, right?
Oh, so you was more like I would say 13 Bravo. No, you weren't 13 Bravo. You was more like 88. What's the 92 Alpha? You was 92 Alpha, wasn't you?
Nah, I was in the Navy at the time. So we
okay, you
totally different. Yeah.
I was in the Army. Yeah, I was in the Army.
Yeah, we was kicking them. Yeah, like how you see in the news, how they be talking about, oh, we got this much amount of drugs from the drug runners and stuff like that. We was doing.
Yeah, I don't know much. I don't know much about Navy and naval MOS. I don't know how y'all run y'all MOSs. I'm more familiar with the Marine Corps. You know,
yeah, they almost the same.
Yeah, we had a lot of attachment with the Marine Corps. Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever your supply is, we would call them Atheists. Like so.
Well, I was infantry. I was 19 kilo. Yeah, I was 19 kilo. I was a heavy artillery. I was heavy artillery and field artillery. Yeah.
So yeah, we would call y'all gunners, mate.
Yeah.
Y'all deal with all the weapons pretty much. So that's what the Navy would call y'all.
Yeah, the howitzers, the Bradleys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the Bradley. I was in the Abrams. I was in the M1A. I was in the M1A2s. I was a platoon sergeant with the M1A2. Yeah, I did all this shit.
Oh, okay, word. So yeah, you was on one side of the planet, I was on the other side.
Yeah, that's good. But you know what? God started this war, but he couldn't fight it. So, you know, shit.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And it's crazy how you mentioned how your I forgot what you called him. Your sergeant was saying that we're doing. Oh no, my company commander. Work.
Yeah, my company commander. Yeah, he was heavily religious. He said we're doing God's work because he was against Muslims. He was a Christian against the Muslims. You know how they when you meet up at a big base when you're overseas and you're all surrounded. You may got 30 people around you, and he said we're doing God's work. I'm like, you mean to tell me we gotta fight for God? Like this nigga's all powerful and we gotta fight for this nigga? We're doing his work.
So basically,
exactly.
He took it back to the Crusades then.
That part.
In his mind, he was on some crusader type situation. How the Roman Catholic Church went over there in the Muslim land to fight them to get, I think, Jerusalem back. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they went over there to fight them to get back the Holy Land. Like if God gave.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring up that Bible verse. It's in Deuteronomy. I'm gonna bring up that. I think it's in Deuteronomy where it says that that he does not fight for the land of Israel is not something. You know what I'm talking about? It's a Bible verse that George Bush read and said we must fight for Israel. But it's in the Bible though. I'm gonna bring it up on the next show. But yeah,
but I ain't gonna say.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember it word for word like that. But you know what's crazy about it, just for me to stop talking and we can go ahead and jump off this, what's so crazy about this whole situation is, as far as doing the fighting like that, is how we supposed to be. Even at the time I was a Christian, I was really into it. I wasn't really into it like you were, but I read the Bible like most people did. Didn't really understand what I was looking at, and how we still having these battles and stuff like that over some gods that different people believe in, to go take something from them.
My God is better than your God. He's a big bad wolf.
Pretty much. My God
to kick your God's ass. Type shit. That's how it was, man. Hey. Like I said, I'm 37 years old, man. I'm like, I believe this. And you know what? I look back on my life, I'm like, I really believe this shit. I believe this motherfucking company commander was telling me, oh, we're doing God. So I didn't have a problem killing people. If I was killing people, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was a tanker. You know, I was heavy artillery. I was shooting 105. I didn't know. I'm 19 years old. I'm over in Iraq, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just following orders, and I'm thinking that God is telling them to tell me. You know what I'm saying? So as people would say, God's working through people. So you took it as literally God's working through these commanders to tell you what you need to do, and you launching off tank rounds that tearing whole buildings apart. You don't know if anybody was in there or not. Kids, so many miles away from what a round hit at. So you ain't gonna know nothing about that until you pull up on the scene of what a round hit at. Yeah, because you know our 105, 155 shells, they travel 2 miles from launch. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting coordinates from the Navy. Oh, we need 30 minutes northbound and 30 minutes 60 something minutes latitude. So we're getting coordinates and we're shooting in that direction, and we don't know if we killed anybody. All we hear is target destroyed. Exactly. All we hear is target destroyed over the radio. So I'm like, was there kids there? I'm not gonna lie. In my mind, I'm like, I hope it wasn't no kids up in there. You know what I'm saying? I thought about that shit every time we shot a round off.
Like when that stuff first popped off around that time, because when I was and it had really popped off in 2002. I was on what you call a sniffle cruise, where you go to like Poland, Spain and stuff like that. So when it popped off, it was still going on around the time I was getting ready to get out around 04, 05. And they didn't tell us that the stuff was so-called mission accomplished on the, I forgot the name of the ship that Bush was on. It was an aircraft carrier. I want to say it was the Ronald Reagan that he was on. When he was talking about
from Norfolk. Yeah, it was out of Norfolk. Yeah, because that's when they released that one from Norfolk, Virginia. Yeah, he was on that one from Norfolk, Virginia. I know exactly one.
At that time, that was the newest nuclear sub that had. I mean, not sub. Aircraft carrier that had came out. So when that happened, I'm like, so why are we still over there fighting these folks if the mission is accomplished?
I'll never forget it.
And knock Saddam off. I'm like, so why are we still over here fighting these folks?
Yeah. I don't know DSA, man, but I feel like this. We were going one way and they said, oh no, you gotta go back the other way. Cat Williams wasn't lying when he said that shit because it was actually true. Yeah. We don't know where the fuck we were shooting at. We don't know where we were marching. Exactly. Cat Williams was telling the fucking truth. And I when Cat Williams made that joke, I said it's really not a joke. Cat Williams was actually telling the fucking truth because I'm over there as a truth. And I didn't know where the fuck I was going. I'm marching one way for God, and I'm marching the other way for God. I'm like, what the fuck, God? Nigga, just come down and tell us where we need to go.
I had friends that was over there that had actually told me that they had brand new, like, officers that was doing exactly what you're talking about. Like, y'all will be on march 2 or 3 days in one direction and be like, oh, we got new intel. We going the wrong way. Now we got to turn back. Man, I'm like, I don't see how y'all did it.
Yeah, my unit was getting very frustrated. The 720 Combat Brigade came out of Killeen, Texas. They came out of Fort Hood. I was out of Knox. I trained in Bliss though. Yeah, I came out of Kentucky, but I was attached to the fort. I was in Knox, but I trained. But my unit was out of Fort Hood. You know what I'm saying? Out of Killeen. So I had a pretty big unit. And, you know, because Killeen is the largest base in the world, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to training. They shut Fort Knox down, and that's when I attached to the 62nd Armored Division out of Fort Bliss. So I had some missile crew with me too. So, but yeah, I know hey, Kweli, I know we're dragging this on, talking about military, but I just want the audience to understand that we are fighting a religious war. That's what me and this DSA is putting out to y'all. We're fighting a religious war. We don't even know what we're fighting for. But we know that we're fighting because of some imaginary sky pappy, some ghost dad in the sky. And we need to win this war so this ghost dad can be pleased with us. And when he could just magically just wipe the enemy away, but he created the enemy as his child, but he want to kill it too. Yeah, go ahead, DSA, man. I'm done.
I'm about to be done. This is my last thing. When you spoke on the I think it was the Israeli situation, not what's going on now, but at that time, I can still never understand until I had did a little bit of research, like I said, a little bit, of why this situation is going on the way that it is, why the United States is tied into Israel the way that they are. Some people don't realize that the United States sends money to Israel. Israel gets bread from the United States. They get millions of dollars a year. But you sending money
reparations. They get reparations. They get reparations.
Exactly. And they weren't even in this country to get done bad to receive money from this country.
They got done wrong from Germans.
I was just about to say that. You got done bad from the Germans, United States, France, England, and I can't remember, like maybe 2 or 3 other countries jumped in to help y'all out. So now the United States is paying y'all money. Why?
But you Negroes, Christian Negroes.
Exactly, ain't getting nothing. And still
got nothing but a damn Bible when you go to prison.
Exactly.
I concur, Kweli. Hey, let me go and give my final thoughts. Thank y'all for tuning into the Bible Comedy Hour. We read the Bible every Tuesday. I know it's Thursday, but we all got a life too. I got my children with me, so I will continue my schedule after I take their asses back to fucking East Texas so they can get out my goddamn hair. They being loud right now. But the Bible Comedy Hour is for logical thinking. I just want y'all to think. Me and Kweli, we created this channel in order for people to think. Thank you, DSA, for showing up, brother. You are one of the most critical atheists that I have came across besides Kweli, man. Keep showing up to our show, spread the word, put us on YouTube, support us, give us the HBO special, help a brother out special. Shout out to Poor Man Podcast, but give us the HBO special. Help a brother out. Cash App us. Support the channel. Go to KweliKush.com for more content. We will be back next Tuesday with more Bible comedy. Kweli Kush will be here, and my boy DSA will be here. Hoorah to everybody that's in the military. Happy Veterans Day to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even though the white man, we fighting for a white man that didn't give a fuck about us. But anyways, those that serve, hey, man, thank y'all for y'all service. I served as well. Peace and love. Peace and love to the gods and goddess, man. I love all y'all. I will be back next Tuesday for more Bible Comedy Hour. We'll be doing chapter 9 and 10. Hope y'all following along so y'all can basically break that mental chip, that Willie Lynch chip from y'all head. That's all I got to say, man. This is your boy Kweli. This is your boy Kwame Ramesu. I'm signing. I'm going to sign off when Kweli sign off. Hey, anybody got anything else to say? I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm out. Y'all be easy.
All right, brother. Peace, love, man. Peace and love to the gods and goddesses, man. I'm out.
Hey. Appreciate you calling in, DSA. Good show, Kwame. And I want to tell everybody, y'all make sure y'all support Brother Kwame on Cash App at $Hemi Muscle 392. That's still your cash tag, right?
Yeah, that's still my cash tag. I forgot to mention that.
Hemi Muscle 392. Y'all send them $1 or $2 if you can. If you send more, and just let them know that you appreciate the lesson. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be back next Tuesday and bring y'all some more Bible comedy and secular Bible reading. And if you still locked into that Bible after watching a few episodes of this, something got to be wrong with you. Because it don't get no clearer than this, that Bible is some bull that you must buy.
Buy bull. Hey man, hey Kweli, love you, bro, man. Thanks for allowing me to be your partner in this fight against Christian religion. Thank you for, man. I mean, because when I first say, hey, I want to do a show with you, and you accepted me right away, man. I'm glad to be your partner in this, man. I love you as my brother. Let's continue to do this, man. Let's continue to wake our people up, man. So I hope that I know Christians are watching this. I know preachers are watching this shit. They just ain't saying shit. I know y'all watching. We know y'all watching. We know y'all watching, cause I put the shit on Facebook all the time before I go live. Y'all watching.
I know they watching. They be in the comments 2 weeks later talking shit.
Exactly. But I'm done for the day, man. I had a rough day, man, but I'm glad this is the reading about doing the Bible comedy hour, doing the secular readings, man. This actually is like a getaway for me. So Kweli, thank you so much, man, for allowing me to do this Bible comedy thing, man. I'm gonna continue to do it, man, and hopefully we can reach some people. But I'm signing off, man. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to the audience. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Kweli, man, for the opportunity. I love y'all. Peace and black power to y'all. Stay woke if you woke. I'm done.
All right, stay woke like Childish, man. All right, we'll see y'all next week.